So I told him as long as he lives in this stadium, he's gonna live by my rules.
You gotta tell
And if I ever catch him not wearing that helmet, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Come on up.
Now that everyone knows about my personal life, how are y'all doing?
All right. Let's talk about the defensive effort on Saturday.
Man, you know, what we all talked about before the game is it's playoff time. You know, we can't lose or we don't go to a bowl. So we're just taking it one at a time. But, I mean, you just saw, first of all, the week of practice was amazing. I mean, you just knew everything was on point. No busted assignments. You know, mental focus was just huge, you know. And you just saw a lot of guys stepping up. And not necessarily, like Coach always calls it pressing, you know, trying to do too much, and you actually end up, you know, kind of hurting the defense. But everyone was doing their job, you know. And people like Bryce Callahan just making plays when they can. And, I mean, it was great. It was awesome.
Keeping pressure, not just starting the game, but finishing the game. And that's been one of the things coaches keep mentioning all season about finishing games. That's pretty much what you all did in the second half once you established yourself coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was times where we were trying to put the game away, and, you know, they're a solid team. They were fighting back, and you just got to learn how to, you know, keep your foot on the pedal. And I think this team especially, you know, we've gone through a lot this season, and no one's giving up, and no one's letting up. So, you know, there's a few plays, you know, there was a deep ball or, you know, the kickoff. So we're just kind of, you know, you got to keep your head up and keep trucking through those situations, and we did. And we played pretty solid, and we kept it up, you know, and pulled through.
Touched on it a little bit, the playoff mentality. You can't lose. I mean, this is it. This is for you guys, the seniors. I mean, this is, you gotta want to go out with a bowl game, and this is when you have to get it done, right?
Yeah, and you know, the last time any of us have had a real playoff mentality is high school, and what we said was just, you know, I mean, it's fun. I mean, you don't want to be in the situation we're in, but I mean, we're here, and we got to do it. So what we said is just, you know, let's put all of our stuff aside. I mean, you know, we've had a lot of bumps and bruises. Let's get over them, and just, we got to win. And it actually, I think a lot of people, there's nothing to lose, you know. I mean, well, the bowl eligibility, but I mean, a lot of people, like I said before, they stopped pressing and they just started, well, we're just having fun and doing things right, you know, flying around. And I mean, it's good, you know, spirits are high. So I guess it's the excitement factor that just kind of brings everyone up to play.
You guys know Northwestern pretty well for a non-conference team. What's it going to take to beat them?
Man, they're a solid team. I like to say, you know, it's just another game. I say that every time we play, you know, a big opponent. I mean, we played Purdue, another Big Ten team. It's just the thing is, and we've said it, you know, a few times this year when we play, you know, teams like Texas and Baylor and, you know, Purdue, you cannot give them any room. Like, you cannot make mistakes because they'll capitalize on it. So if we just play our game, that's all we have to do. You don't have to be, you know, make 10 sacks as a D lineman in a game, or, you know, have 1,000 yards rushing. You know, it's not, just do your job. And if we just play solid, consistent football, you know, like you saw, like, we can put it all together as long as you don't press and you just have fun out there and do your job.
John, so much was made, I guess, when you guys played Purdue about the fact that it's been forever since you'd beaten a automatic qualifying tool. And the fact that you beat a Purdue and it was here, and does that take a little bit off of the, you know, maybe the mentality, the mindset that, you know, it can be done, whether it's here or on the road?
Yeah, and I think, especially here at Rice, a lot of that comes into play where, you know, people start talking, you know, you can never beat so-and-so school and so-and-so conference, and they have, you know, 5-star recruits and all this, and as players, I mean, what I try to do, it's football. You got to beat the guy that's lined up against you, and I think that's the biggest thing. And we've shown that we can hang with those big physical teams, high-powered offenses. I mean, at times, we make mistakes, but at least we know what we're doing. And as long as we just, we've been correcting it. And as long, if we eliminate that, I think we're our own worst enemy, is what I'm trying to say. The conference or the school or whatever, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, it's a win that we have to have. And Northwestern, I mean, it's an away game. They're going to be a tough opponent. But, like I've said countless times, is I love that atmosphere to play in. So, and I know the rest of the team feels that same way.
Thank you, John.
Thanks.